Welcome back everybody. This video is part 2 of section 2.6. In this video we will learn about vertical stretching and shrinking as well as horizontal stretching and shrinking. These are two different types of transforming a given function. That is, you deform it either by stretching or shrinking. Not deform, transform. So deform means you are like changing the shape of the function, but here it is not so. You are just reducing its size either or increasing its size, or one graph, if you stretch it, it looks like bigger, and if you shrink it, it looks smaller. So what do you mean by vertical shrinking? Vertical stretching and shrinking, both stretching and shrinking. So given to graph y is equal to c f of x. So this graph represents your f of x is the original graph. This is the transformed graph. So there are two cases based on the value of c. If c is greater than 1, there will be a stretch in the graph. Stretch the graph. Y is equal to f of x vertically by a factor of c. So if c is greater than 1, you are multiplying all the functional values by, and that would increase the functional values. So vertically you will have the graph stretched. So that is, if you want to represent what I said now using a graph. So if this is the graph and you have an you have a function of this format. So a function which looks like this. Yeah, I want black axis. Okay, so here is your x-axis and here is your y-axis, and the function looks like this. So if you have c greater than 1, so you will stretch it along y-axis. So that would be your graph modified or transformed graph would be, you stretch it along. So I'm sorry. So this would be like this. So I think I'm changing the, okay, I will. Okay, so the original graph is in blue. This is f of x, and the stretched graph, that is f of x, c f of x, is in the red. So you are stretching the graph. So the graph looks like it is occupying more space as compared to the blue graph. And if you have the opposite of it, that is shrinking, so that can be defined as, if 0 is less than c is less than 1, then you shrink the graph. Y is equal to f of x vertically by a factor c. So if you have to see the difference, I will do the changes in the above graph itself. So this would be the case where c is greater than 1, right? So the other case would be where there is a shrink. So the green line represents the shrink. In this case, c will be taking the value between open interval 0 and 1. So that everything is happening vertically. You can see the values are raising above or below, or taking larger values of y for more values of x. So that would be stretching, and lesser values of y for values of x will be shrinking. So every change is happening vertically. So therefore this is called as vertical stretching and shrinking of graphs. We will do an example. So you are asked to use example, use f of x is equal to x square to sketch the graph of the function a. G of x is equal to 3x square, b. H of x is equal to 1 over 3 x square. So you can very well observe that g of x would be stretching of the given function f of x is equal to x square, and h of x would be the shrinking of the given function, because in the first case, that is in the case of g of x, c is 3 where 3 is greater than 1, therefore it is stretching. In the second case, that is h of x, c is taking the value 1 over 3 that will be lying in the interval, open interval 0 comma 1, therefore h of x is shrinking. So for a, the graph of g can be obtained by multiplying the y coordinate of each point on the graph of f by 3. So that is, to obtain the graph of g, we stretch the graph of f vertically by a factor of 3. So the result is narrowest parabola that can be plotted using a graphing calculator. So our original graph is y is equal to x square, right? Sorry, x square. So it is a parabola that is that is colored with purple. So now I will do the stretching. So y is equal to 3x square. Sorry, I got 3x square. Okay, so y is equal to 3x square. That looks so that looks like the graph in the gray color lines. So that there is a clear stretch of the graph along the y-axis. So if you have to do the shrinking, I will use the same thing. So y is equal to 1 divided by 3, so that is in brackets. Okay, 3x x square, correct? So your green color is the shrink of the graph. So the graph of h is obtained by multiplying the y coordinate of each point on the graph of f by 1 over 3. That is, to obtain the graph of h, we shrink the graph of f vertically by a factor of 1 over 3. So the result is the widest parabola, that is green. So it is the widest one in the figure, and the narrowest parabola is nothing but the stretched graph, that is g of x, that is in gray, and the original graph is in purple. So we can now illustrate the effect of combining shifts, reflections and stretching in the following example. So I will be needing, I'll be needing the graph, graphing calculator. So you are asked to sketch the graph of the function f of x is equal to, I will write the graph of the function here. So example 2, f of x, here you are trying to illustrate all the effects in one equation, that is all the effects combining shifts and reflections and stretching. So you will combine, let's see what all shifts we do, and we combine reflections as well as stretching. So f of x is 1 minus 2 times x minus 3 the whole square. The shift and stretches will follow the normal order of operations, that is the BODMAS rule that we follow. So you first apply the effect of the things that are in brackets, and then you do the like follow the BODMAS rule and even plot the graph, so that you can see all the operations or all the effects of shifts, reflections and stretching in one example. So the given graph is 1 minus 2 times x minus 3 the whole square. So I will consider the original graph to be g of x is equal to x square. So if you consider the first transformation, that would be x minus 3. So what is happening? You are actually you are doing a horizontal shift, correct? So you are subtracting a value using subtracting value 3 from all the input values. Therefore you have a horizontal shift when you apply x minus 3 the whole square. So your f1 of x would be x minus 3 the whole square. So this will give you the horizontal shift. So this is nothing but a parabola. So we will plot all the functions together. Then f2 of x would be 2 times x minus 3 the whole square. So this would be stretching of the, this would be stretching, that is vertical stretching of the function f1 of x, correct? So because 2 is greater than 1, therefore you are multiplying the functional values by 2 and a value that is greater than 1. Therefore you stretch the given graph, that is already horizontally shifted graph vertically. That would be the second transformation that follows. Then what do? We multiply by negative 2 to this one, so negative 1. So f3 of x would be negative 2 times x minus 3 the whole square. So there is a stretching vertically, and now there is a negative 2 in the sense, what do? We again stretch the graph. So you can combine these two effects by just f3 of x. You don't have to do the f2 of x. So it is same, one and the same, stretching the graph vertically. So finally we shift the upward 1 unit to get the graph f of x is equal to 1 minus 2 times x minus 3 the whole square. So now we shall plot everything in the graphing calculator. So the first graph would be y is equal to x square. Okay, the second graph would be y is equal to x minus 3 the whole square, minus 3 the whole square, correct? See, you can see that the graph in the red one has shifted, there has taken place, there has I'm sorry, there is a horizontal shift towards right of the original graph. Your original graph is in blue. Okay, next we will do a vertical shift, or sorry, vertical stretch. So our next graph would be y is equal to negative 2 times x minus 3 the whole square. So there is a reflection now, negative 2 times x minus 3 the whole square. There is a reflection of the original graph, of the graph G, that is in red. Okay, so now finally we shift upward 1 unit to get the graph f of x, that is the given graph. So final 1 minus, combining all the effects, 1 minus 2 times x minus 3 the whole square. So now you have shifted the graph in purple to 1 unit above. So I will explain all the process again. We started with the graph y is equal to x square, that is in I need a pen. So that is in blue. So this is the original graph, y is equal to x square. We first shift to the right 3 units to get the graph y is equal to x minus 3 the whole square. And then we reflect in x-axis and stretch by a factor of 2 to get the graph of y is equal to negative 2 times x minus 3 the whole square, the purple one. So this would be y is equal to negative 2 times x minus 3 the whole square. And finally we shift upward 1 unit to get the graph f of x is equal to, so that is in the gray, combining all the fx, y is equal to negative 1 minus negative x minus 3 the whole square. So this is combining, shifting, stretching and reflecting. This is an example. So now we will move on to horizontal stretching and shrinking. Horizontal stretching and shrinking. So whatever we did for the functional values in vertical stretching and shrinking, we will do the same for input values, but in the opposite sense. So to graph c is equal to f of cx, sorry, y is equal to f of cx. If c is greater than 1, this would be shrink in the horizontal case. So shrink the graph y is equal to f of x horizontally by a factor of 1 over c. So then if 0 is less than c is less than 1, stretch the graph of y is equal to f of x horizontally by a factor of 1 over c. So I hope you have understood what is happening in both the cases. So to graphically illustrate what we define now, so considering the axis x, y and the origin. So if I consider the graph in the blue to be the original graph, so your shrink could be f of y is equal to f of cx, where c is greater than 1. Okay, so then what happens to the stretch? So stretch should look like this. Okay, the thing in green. So this would be y is equal to f of cx again, where c lies in the open interval 0, 1. Okay, let us you can look for illustrations, or you can work with the illustrations. So I'll give you an example. So this is very general example. You are just given a function y is equal to f of x. You have to sketch these two values. Y is equal to f of 2x and y is equal to b. Y is equal to f of 1 over 2x. So the given f of x, I'll name this as star. The given graph looks like this. Okay, so the given graph looks like this. Okay, so if the given original graph, if it looks like this would be our y is equal to f of x. So if you have to apply a, so that would be like shrinking the graph, right? So we will be shrinking the graph. The functional values, sorry, I would like to use a different color. The functional values will not change, but your rectangles will look, the zigzag format will look like the closer ones. So you are shrinking because your c is greater than 1, that is 2. The given value is 2. So this green one represents y is equal to f of 2x. So now applying the blue one, if you stretch it, so the value looks like this. It should touch the x-axis. So that would be the value f of half x. So this is how you do the horizontal stretching and shrinking of graphs. So using the principles that we described in the previous, when we discussed about the definition of horizontal stretching and shrinking, for A, we shrink the graph horizontally by a factor 1/2 to obtain the graph that is marked in green. And for B, we stretch the graph horizontally by a factor 2 to obtain the graph that is marked in blue. So you can try the exercises. This completes part 2 of the section 2.6. In the next video, we will learn about even and odd functions. See you soon.